August Fenwick, one of the city's wealthiest men, hides a secret life of adventure behind his gad-about-town reputation. In reality, he stalks the streets and alleys of the city that he loves to defend those who cannot defend themselves. Only his trusty driver, Kit Baxter, who joins him in his quest, knows who wears the Mask of the Red Panda.
You rat freak! Yeah! Try and jump a girl, will ya? Come get it. Got red hots for everybody. You can go. Mashers. You're gonna be sorry when my date gets here. I think I hear him now. What, Mac?
Flash bombs on frequencies of mystic light energy.
You like that, boys? How about some payback?
No! You're hurt and there are too many of them. Time to go.
But boss!
This isn't something we discuss.
Okay, if you insist. Yes, boss. My stop already?
There's a tube on the next street. We need to get you to the lair.
I'm fine, really.
I've heard that song once or twice before.
Don't baby me, I'm plenty tough.
No argument! But no one is half as tough as you think you are.
I don't much like running from a fight. There's still monsters out there, you know.
I know it. I'm no fan of the strategic retreat either, Squirrel. But when we have this fight, we need to win it, not just die.
No, boss, you don't understand. There are still monsters out there. 2 of them. I caught them in throwing nets while we ran. The ones made of Dr. C's special alloy.
And you were in too much of a hurry running into a trap to stop and collect them?
Wise guy, do you want your hobgoblins or not?
Vrahil.
Gesundheit.
I'll go get them. You get in the tube.
You don't know where they are.
So tell me, and I'll know.
This is stupid. I'm fine.
You're losing blood, and I don't want to argue about this. They could come after us at any second, you know.
They can hardly see us with the special costumes.
They were doing all right a moment ago.
All the more reason I should stay with you.
Kit.
One's on the roof of the Logan building. The other's in the alley just this side.
Good. I'll meet you in the lair soon.
What if I faint?
You've never fainted in your life.
No, boss. But there's a first time for everything. Ain't there?
Kit.
Rats.
Well, there's net number 1. Bitten clean through.
Determined little cuss, ain't he?
Apparently even Dr. Chronopoulos' magic-resistant material has its limits. This customer was much less lucky.
Hot chocolate. And also you.
Yes. Looks like it tore its own veins open rather than be taken alive. What does that tell you?
It means there's no way this ends good. Best thing to do is end it fast.
It's an interesting point. I was thinking more that whoever conjured these beasts would rather not have them traced back to them.
Who would?
I'm making a mess here. Do you want to hold this a moment or fetch the autopsy tray?
Is that a trick question?
Fascinating. This creature's physical structure is unlike anything I've ever seen. Look here, Kit.
Yeah, swell. I may build a summer home here. We about done?
Just about. Get the camera. I'll finish up.
So did we learn anything there?
We learned a great deal. I couldn't say if it will help us today, but one never knows. Like you and your swordplay lessons.
Which we never did get to, by the way.
Ah, yes. Perhaps we should save the world first.
Is this really that serious?
Max seemed to think so. Or at least that it had potential. Our explosion was caused by a man named Emil Winter. He destroyed himself rather than be consumed by a swarm of these creatures.
Subtle.
Winter and a man named Bolt were working together. Winter was a dealer in magic artifacts. Bolt was an archivist for the Council of Mages, and not a very good one.
I get the picture. Winter found the buyers and Bolt took the cookies from the jar, yes?
The cookie jar in question is the world's largest repository of dangerous ancient magics, but otherwise, yes. The artifact was half of an Aztec amulet, named for the god Nanawuti. Apparently it gives the bearer the power of the sun itself. It's all in the file beside you.
Please, tell me you aren't going to keep that.
Well, where would I get one later if I needed one? Eaton's?
So the amulet.
Yes, the amulet. Split in half, it is powerless. Certainly not worth the risk of stealing it from the council itself.
So Max thinks the buyer has the other half?
In a nutshell. And there seem to be other interested parties, at least one of whom has the power and lack of respect for human life to loose these creatures on the city. The Vrahil were built for two purposes: track and kill.
So we don't know where the goodies are, but we need to find out before anybody else on the dance card does, or else.
Kaboom else, Max's words.
Well, let's get cracking.
I think we'll pay a call on Dr. Chronopoulos first. Tell you what, top this jar up with formaldehyde and we'll get rolling. Fine, I'll do it myself.
Yes, boss. I sure hope Dr. C is still here after hours.
He is.
That sounds pretty confident even for you.
Remember Eddie Minsk?
Agent 184?
He's a night watchman here now.
Nice. I assume you've got him watching more than clay pots?
I really do. The doctor has a better knowledge of the common threads between science and magic than any other man living. We've come to rely on him a great deal. Taking steps to protect him seemed wise.
Freelance warlocks, the occasional doomsday call, and now the Nazis getting a taste for this stuff. I'd say it wasn't a bad idea.
To say nothing of the Council of Mages. They don't like our resistance to magic, and I'm no fan of their attitude.
You don't work and play well with others.
I work with you just fine.
Yes, boss. Ain't a whole lot of playing going on.
Oh, my dear boy. Oh, I'm delighted that you stopped by. I'll just put the kettle on.
I'm not certain we have time for...
Nonsense. Just to take the chill off.
I wondered if you'd made any progress with that equipment we talked about, Doctor.
Think I might be out of lemon, though. I don't get out shopping that much. Oh, I'm certain that I had them right here. Somewhere. Aha! Been working on these for a while now. We all know that once I spun my special magic-inhibiting alloy into microfibers, and they were woven into your costume's fabric, it had a dramatic effect.
Made us magic-proof.
Nearly undetectable through mystic energy and shielded to a degree from attack.
That's what I said.
Nearly undetectable is good. This is much, much better. When activated, it emits a dampening field of low-grade mystic energy.
Cloaking us entirely from higher magic senses.
You'd be quite invisible, except to the eye, which you're quite adept at avoiding as it is.
That's a nice start, Doc. Now, got something in a set of brass knuckles? Lady, size extra delicate?
Brass knuckles. You know, in theory, the material could be hardened for that sort of use. Arrows, perhaps even ammunition.
Hot chocolate. I'll take 2 of everything.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Flying Squirrel. That sort of adaptation will take time. Oh, the way things are going, perhaps we would do well to be prepared.
Dr. Chronopoulos, is this what I think it is?
Oh, yes, dear boy. A disruptor array. Oh, it emits a field of rotating energies which should eventually interfere with any sort of localized spell.
It's, big.
Well, yes. First I try and make these things work. Then I try and make them small. This one is almost at point A. Oh, almost.
Well, do keep at it, Doctor. Such a device could be extremely useful.
I could have this prototype up and running in a few hours in exchange for...
Yes?
For a peek at whatever you've been putting in formaldehyde. Forgive me, the nose knows.
Doc, if you get that thing out of the lair, I'll even gift wrap it. Now, if you'll excuse us, we got us a date at a Warlock Emporium. Don't look like much, does it?
I think perhaps that was the general idea. Hiding in plain sight?
Make himself look like a phony to the locals?
And easy to find when his clients come calling. Clever.
If he was all that clever, he wouldn't be dead.
Point taken. Want to try the skylight?
Back door. I'm off skylights for a while. Looks clear. Come on. Something tells me we aren't the first to pay a call. I got nothing. Should I try infrared? Do those little what's-its...
Vrahil.
Sure. Do they even have a heat trail to see?
Don't know, really. Not reading any serious level of mystical energy. I think we're clear. Get the blind over the transom and let's have a little light.
Say, boss, how come you don't put something like that in our lenses?
Like what? You want to see the radiant energy of magic fields?
Beats being surprised by the boogeyman.
It's not a bad idea. I'll work on it.
Ah, geez, boss, we ain't gonna find the thing here.
The amulet? Why, you didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
I thought maybe this once it might be nice.
The Vrahil are like bloodhounds, Squirrel. If the amulet were laying around Winter's office, or even in his safe, it would already be in the hands of their masters.
Are we sure it isn't?
I'm not sure of much tonight. But I assume that if someone, be they supervillain, dark spirit, or Nazi, suddenly acquired the power of the sun itself, they would choose to test it out.
And you ain't heard no kabooms yet? That's tough up there.
If everyone else is looking for the amulet, then you and I should look for them. If only because they tend to unleash monsters or explode, which ought to make them simpler to find.
Yes, boss. So, we forget about the whiz-bang and treat it like a mystery. A thief got killed, so we look for... Holy cats.
Is everything all right?
What? Oh, sure. I was just thinking maybe we should get back to the lair. This place looks like a dead end.
Hey! Just stop!
Could you have broken any more furniture?
Yes, boss.
Nice. Well, let's see what you've caught. Any guesses?
What about the helper? What was his name? Bolt?
Bolt got eaten. Didn't I mention that?
Slipped your mind. Unveil already.
Never seen him before in my life.
That's a little disappointing.
No, please! Don't hit me no more.
Big baby.
Talk. Who are you and what do you want here?
The same as you. Half an Aztec amulet. But I ain't gonna take no more lumps over it.
Your name?
Stern. Harry Stern. I was in the same line as Winter.
A partner?
Competitor more like, but...
A jackal more like, sniffing around, looking for leavings. The amulet ain't here, Peaches.
You don't think I know that? In case you haven't noticed, this town is lousy with Vrahil, magic eaters. Anybody with more action than I got has landed out of town or been eaten.
Just feeble enough to avoid the Vrahil, but with enough power to know what they are.
Talk about your niche markets.
So if you know the amulet can't be here, what are you looking for, Stern?
Clues, just like you. To Winter's buyer. He must have the other half.
Clues? Just like us.
Guess that's why he ignored all this paper.
Maybe you should hit him some more.
No, okay. Winter hid the amulet in a fissure, a fold in dimensional space. It's the only way he could have hid it from the Vrahil. I was hired to find it.
Hired by whom? It is useless to resist me, Harry Stern. My mind is in yours.
No. Yes. I obey. The man who hired me to find the amulet was...
I beg your pardon, but there is such a thing as professional courtesy. Do you not agree?
Oh, swell.